Hey everybody, what is up? We're back with a quick episode of Bullish Top Stocks. I'm actually not playing a lot of stuff this week, just full disclosure, but I wanted to get something out for consistency's sake, also just to kind of do it. But anyways, before we jump into it, a couple things I got to run real quick to a meeting real quick. I'm already running late, but let me get this out real quick. Before I jump into a couple things, hey, these are only my opinions. Do your own due diligence. Two, real_bullish. Give us a sub here on YouTube, but also follow us real_bullish. I think I'm gonna try to put a link like in the top right hand corner. It's like a little eye icon. Just click that, give us a sub here. All right, let's get into it. Some weekly news. We are at the start of the Santa rally / glow up. What do I mean by that? Historically, December 24th, and for a couple weeks after that, you generally see like a really nice glow up Santa rally into kind of people taking earnings, like trying to carry over their winnings over to the next fiscal year for tax reasons and things like that. That's generally true, but still, yeah, I think we see, if you can see my screen, looking at kind of like the top left, right, bottom, and then Bitcoin is kind of a weird. But anyways, looking at it, you kind of see that in the pictures there. You kind of see, gains over the week. Qs were up about 1%, a little bit under percent. The SPY was up 1.1%. The Dow Jones was up 1% as well. Bitcoin was up 13%, and that's after being up 25% last week. So Bitcoin is fucking rocking some shit up. So but that's just, that whole Santa Claus rally and stuff. That's not to say it's gonna be historical or like follow historical trends, because we have the pandemic and everything. But still, I think that's something to keep in mind. We're definitely seeing that. Also, some things that happened. The Brexit deal was reached, but now both parliaments, the EU and the UK, have to pass it as well. But after kind of 4 years of being like in the turbulent like Brexit shit, I wouldn't think that they're going to try to string this along anymore. I would expect worldwide markets to react positively for a Brexit deal signed and closed and sealed, delivered and shit. We have a $900 billion deal that passed Congress for the stimulus. But Trump is a holdup. He wants more money for individual Americans. I think he wants 2,000 for single people and 4,000 for all his couples and shit. I'd expect a pop or a drop on for markets depending on which way this one goes. If it kind of like keeps on getting drawn out or whatever. But anyways, those are kind of some movers. We're seeing some great stuff, like I said, in terms of the market. Markets are kind of ripping the past couple weeks for sure. Past week for sure, and hopefully we can extend those into, like I said, that Santa Claus rally into early next year when people start trying to take profits from 2020 but want to do it and like hold the taxes for the next year. I don't do that shit. I take gains as I get them. But hey, that's just me. But hey, do what you want to do. All right, real quick, gonna jump in some charts. What I'm looking for. Also, I like Tesla, but looking over Tesla on the last week, I didn't trade this shit at all because I'm kind of tired with Tesla. But I still wanted to show it just to say I did it. You definitely see what I was looking for here. A support at 649 ish. So as you see at the week level, I don't want to break it down too far because I'm gonna do it super quick. But at the week level, you see kind of like this is usually a bearish sentiment, but you also see kind of bearish sentiment. Hey, we have a double top almost here at 696, so it hasn't wanted to break 700. You see a sell off from that, still over at the week level, moving averages, but hopefully we see some consolidation there. I want to see this 10 go up. I want to see this red candle go down to touch this before it extends for the next one. So I'm kind of waiting for this thing to cool off. Like I said, I didn't play Tesla this week. You definitely see a lot of sell-off coming from that, but I think that that's to be expected as that huge catalyst was the S&P. It's over now, and now we're going to try to find out what the new normal is. You do see RSI going down. It was overbought. It's going down to correction territory. MACD is kind of playing safe there. But Tesla, hey, I think that we're going to see in the next couple of weeks what its new normal is. As you can see, it was kind of consolidating for a little while, after 12.7 for the past few days at the day level. Kind of playing with this channel of resistance and support here. And then hopefully it can break out. What I want to see what it's going to do at this level. I want to see a day where it breaks, because it already broke this 649 level. It says 661. I want to see it hold this for a day or 2 days to continue the momentum up. That's kind of what I'm waiting for. But also, I would want to see what it's going to do at that 695 level. Like I said a couple weeks ago, hey, if it hits 695, it usually hits 700. We'll see how that one goes. But also at the day level, it's kind of looking good as well. RSI is picking up. MACD wants to convert over. So hopefully we see it hold here. And I think I'd be more interested to kind of come in there because we haven't seen like a really sharp decline. You see where it got included in the S&P on the 21st. All this fucking volume over average came in. That was the day. Oh no, yeah, it was like the day before it got included. But yeah, it's still staying there. So I think Tesla, it did set a really important pivot point. We'll see what it does from here. Like I said, I'm not playing it just because I wanted to see what it's going to do. But on Friday, or was it Wednesday, Thursday, we had a half day, so that some of that kind of plays into it as well. But so Tesla's a good one. Also, you know me, I like my fucking boys, Nike, NKE. What I like about Nike specifically, so we're looking at Tesla right now, or before we're looking at Nike. What I like about Nike is they had blowout fucking earnings on like the 21st or something like that. It was like a couple weeks ago now. What I like to do with earnings, I like to play the run up before and hold it. Nike was a great pop for me. I actually held Nike through the earnings, which I was dumb to do it, but I still did it. Got a nice little pop after earnings, and I kind of sold off there. But what I wanted to see was Nike what it was going to do at its new normal. It was at a high of 147. That's kind of where I sold there at the. I sold right as it peaked because I wanted to see a good sell off, catch it at another good price, take my profits where I can and keep on going. And that's kind of what I did here. What I like about Nike at the day level, though, is you definitely see the pop, right? You see the pop. I think it was like 12/18 and they had earnings. Yeah, it was a Friday. And I fucking hate Friday earnings. Was it Friday 18th? Yeah. So the 18th they had earnings, right? You see it here. You see that fucking huge pop up for the next trading day, open at 147. Great. And then you see a kind of sell off, a gradual sell off going after that. But what you don't see is a hard spike down. I played those before where like it spiked hard down, like right the day after, and it took forever to kind of go. But what you see here is gradually people coming down. What I want to see is it was touch this 10 EMA and roll off of that. What I do like though is Nike blew out all the earnings. They didn't give guidance for next year, but that's to be expected. We're in a fucking pandemic, like people don't know what they don't know yet. But what I want to see is Nike kind of sell off a little bit more, hopefully hold this line here at 138 if it does sell off to that level. Once Nike hits this level, I want to see what it's going to do here. I think it's going to hold it as support just because it was a really important area of resistance and usually heavy areas of resistance. And what I mean by that, it hit that a couple times, 1, 2, 3, 4 possible times. It will hold it. It hit it like 4 times, held support on there for 2 times, like 2 days. I'm talking about days. So I want to see it kind of come back to that level, hold 137 ish, and then hopefully kind of get back into it. I love Nike and I love holding it. Even if I held it at a price that was too high for me, I'm okay with that. Doing that for Nike because I'm just going to average down. And you shouldn't do that, but I would do it for Nike because it's a company that I believe in, and also it didn't have a hard spike down. So I think that Nike is definitely worth another look. And sometimes you have to hold the bag a long time for Nike. I did that one time by accident, as I was stupid, just learning how to play earnings. But it came back. But you can't always count on that. But I love Nike, and I love that they had great earnings and still kind of kept on going. The other one I want to watch, so that's Tesla, that's Nike, that's CRM. And the reason I like CRM, I've been watching this for I think 2 or 3 weeks now. And what I loved about CRM, I love that it sold off on that news of acquisition of Slack, but it hit this line at 220. So it hit 220 and it hadn't been able to really break that with any significant amount of force, but it also can't break this moving average. So it's in a general downtrend, right? So it hasn't necessarily broken out of that downtrend. It's having a hard time. It broke the 10 moving average. It's trying to test the next one at the 25 moving average. It doesn't have the gas to go there yet. So I'll see what I want to do with that one. But still, hey, as long as it doesn't go under this 220 line, I'm fine with holding it, even if it broke down to this moving average of 215. I think 215 would be like the lowest I'd want to go with it, just because if it breaks that, I don't know what's going to do. Hey, I'm either going to, that might be something that I have to think about, but we'll see what it comes up with. But what I do like about CRM is it hasn't broken that support yet. It's kind of, you could see a lot better at the week level. Hey, for the past 4 weeks, it's really holding this line there, but it's still in a general downtrend, trying to break it back up at the week level to come up. RSI is flat. MACD is moving down, so it still has room to move down. But to me, that's just an opportunity to kind of keep on buying a little bit of shares here and there. Once it breaks this line, I play conservative. If it doesn't do what I think it's going to do, I fucking sell it, or a 5% loss. I don't take anything more than a 5. People say 7 or 8% loss, but I'm super tight with my shit. I don't want to lose money if I can help it. So I take that 5% loss and I'm going home, take my ball and take my little losings and going home. But I like Salesforce CRM because it is finding that support there. It just hasn't wanted to break out of that cycle, which I'm fine. I'm fine holding it for a little while because I do think that CRM is, well, being in the marketing world, it is the big boy in marketing. And now they're going after the enterprise shit with Microsoft. and their acquisition of Slack, which I love. The other one I'm going to watch is DocuSign, and I'm interested in DocuSign because it's had a lot of buzz lately. I've seen it different, on Twitter, and my friends talking about it and shit on Twitter. But I've also seen it come up in multiple podcasts and stuff. I think Motley Fool had an end of year roundup, and DocuSign was actually on their things to look at in 2021. Motley Fool is a great podcast, by the way, free resource. I love it. Get ideas from it all the time. But also for DocuSign, they're not just like a document signage company. They're kind of like a document analytics company as well, which I guess Adobe is kind of like a similar. So Adobe's the other one in that kind of same sphere. I had this conversation last time with my brother about Adobe versus DocuSign, whatever. Basically, DocuSign is trading at half of what Adobe is. But still, like, I think that there's a lot of room there because DocuSign, to me, using both of them is the better technology play. And that's the, like, you can fight in the same sphere. But if you have a better technology and you disrupt that market, I think that that's money. And I think that's what DocuSign is doing. But also I like a lot of other things about DocuSign. I think that average analyst price is actually $30 more than what the current price is because you do see, you do see it kind of channeling there. But I like DocuSign for that. It's actually up 220% for the year. So it might be extended, but right now it's consolidating. What do I mean by that? It's extending. So if you look at the week level, hey, DocuSign was on a fucking mad rap. Like they were just fucking mad taking off. And then they kind of hit this level where now they're consolidating, right? So what do I mean by consolidating? For the past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2 months, basically for the past 2 and some change months, it's been consolidating in this channel, making like hitting this resistance, bouncing off, hitting resistance, finding the support. What I love about it is that it's a clear channel. What I also love about it at the week level, it's making higher lows as of the week of 11/9. So after 11/9, it's almost, and when it finally broke the channel to come back up, it's making higher lows and higher highs. This high is lower than this high. This high is higher than that high. That high there and that. Blah blah blah. It's a very bullish looking pattern to me. What I want to see, and that's why I have an alert here at 246. I want to see because this has been a major area of resistance. What I mean by that, it touched it and bounced off. It kind of broke it and bounced off. It broke it and bounced off. I want to see what it's going to do. And right now it's no like coincidence that it's at that level again, really small, right? So people don't know what they're going to do with it yet, but also the last trading day was a holiday and a half day or whatever. So I want to see what it does when it breaks that. But once it does, I want to either get it when it breaks it and holds, hopefully, or even better for me, a sell-off. I want to see it fucking sell all the way down to a level that I'm comfortable with, like 216. That's just leaving money on the table. But so like I said, Tesla, making it quick, Nike, CRM, DocuSign. I love DocuSign a lot, actually, because a lot of people are talking about it. I think it's going to be a really cool play for 2021. So I'll probably do this a little bit slower, hopefully a sell-off. But if I have to buy it a little bit higher, within reason, I would do it and then just sell it at a loss, or sell it if it breaks under this 246 line, which hopefully it doesn't. But hopefully if a sell-off, crossing fingers for that. But it looks like a good chart. It's a great company, good tech. And it's in a very bullish pattern for me at the week level, for sure. At the week level, you see like from 9/7, from the week of the week of 9/7 is kind of like a little bit bearish, kind of selling off, but it wants to come down. You see this MACD, it wants to come back up. Maybe I can zoom a little bit. It wants to kind of like almost curve up. You see RSI coming at the week level. You see that it's not too far extended, and I love at the week level that it touched this 10 EMA at the week level and now wants to bounce off of it. I hate it when it's too far extended. Far extended is, I mean this, like, hey, there's a lot of room between those. I want to see, and that's fine if you want to buy it there, but I would rather buy it where it touches this line to get it for the upside versus buying it here and then having to wait. So anyways, those are the ones I'm watching for the week, but honestly, I'm probably not going to play that much. Just got a lot of shit going on, but also, the end of the year, don't know what's going to happen. So playing it kind of a little bit safe, but I appreciate the love. Like I said, follow us real_bullish wherever you get your social media poison. I love engaging with people. I love helping people. And what I love about doing this is I post it and shit, and people ask me, hey, like, what's my first step? What should I do? And I'm like, hey, read this, listen to this podcast, like make it a habit. Listen to this every fucking morning. Okay, they're done with that. Here's a book, get this book and learn. I'm not going to tell what anyone, these are only my opinions. Do your own due diligence. I'm just trying to help people kind of get started. I'm definitely not like advanced or intermediate. I'm a beginner too, but this definitely helps me, hopefully helps somebody else. But yeah, real_bullish, follow us. Remember, wash your hands, wear a mask, social distance, and have a happy holidays. All right, see y'all. Peace.